Good morning, everyone. So, the deck that I'm going to be playing today is Blue Black Flash. The core of the deck's built around Slitherwisp, a very, very powerful card. Unfortunately, not all the other Flash cards to go with it are all that powerful, but it can be a very tempo-y deck. So, for our card advantage engine, we have our Slitherwisp, and to keep up tempo, we will have our Brazen Borrower, Heartless Axe, and he kind of um, counts as another copy of Heartless Axe, basically. We have Cling to Dust and Lockmere Serpent to deal with the graveyard decks. Phoenix is crazy right now. Any of the combo decks that are rolling around that rely on specific cards to combo off, this stops dead in the tracks. Um, Our Thought Thief will just help us push in damage as well as our Cutthroat. And against Control, I really love this card. This is a pet card of mine. When you go to play your Slitherwisp on turn 7 and they say counter it, well, you can flash this in, and now they can't counter that. It's really nice. And then Draco Lich against the mid-range style decks, if they can't deal with him, he will close the game pretty quickly. But without any more, let's go ahead and jump into some games. Okay, so we do not have a draw engine or anything like that, but we still do got a pretty good tempo type deal. Let's go ahead and keep this. We got perfect mana. Go ahead and keep them off their ramp. That's fine. Just flash her in. Okay, so now that we can't deal with. So I'm just going to go ahead and counter it. That seems like that's their gimmick anyways. Now they are playing green, so they could have main deck enchantment removal. And that is the downside about Ashiok's Erasure. If they kill it, they get their spell back. But I definitely think it's worth it. Okay. So now here we could go ahead and just take those two out. Honestly, I'd rather just deal with what they have. Okay. Let's go ahead and kill it. They might have a snakeskin veil, but they might not. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and flash her in. That way if we draw a land, we can play a Lockmere Serpent, which we did. Beautiful. And that Serpent will close out games really quick. I doubt green's going to have a way to deal with them. That's annoying. But we should be fine. Does this ape not have reach? That's insane. Okay. He could have another um snakeskin veil, but I'm gonna go ahead and say he doesn't. Perfect. So now we can just go ahead and bounce you. And he should be dead next turn. Can make this unblockable, flash this in to fly over. Oh no, never mind. I should not have bounced that. Because now we can fight. That was a punt. And he does not have enough cards in this graveyard to get it back yet. Well, if he taps all his creatures out and we draw another removal spell of sorts, then we could be fine. Oh, he's not even playing the ape. Beautiful. Oh, never mind. Okay. It's still gonna kill his ape. Okay, now we just race in the air. I'm holding these because they're not going to do much right now on this field. So I'm holding them in case we draw a Slitherwisp. They basically cantrip at that point. He definitely has the better draw engine, though. He's starting to get cards into his graveyard. And see, this is where I wish we had the 2/2 for 2 pirate. Oh, that's not good. That's 5. We very well could be dead this turn. Let's see what happens. Toski. Nice. That's scary. We're not out yet. If we can draw one of our a Slitherwisp will give us an out. A Thought Thief will give us an out. That is not good though. So from here, we have to block the Mammoth or the Hydra. So let's go ahead and block that Mammoth. Now I think the only thing we can draw is a Slitherwisp. And there's our Thought Thief. Okay. Good game. Oh, good luck, Whiskey Renegade. Okay, so this is a perfect hand. We go first. Perfect mana. We have our draw engine. We got some tempo to slow them down. And it looks like we're going to need it. Okay. So something that is scary about mono red is they can kill Slitherwolf pretty easily. So hopefully they tap out here. But we're still going to go for it regardless. Okay, cool. Alright, now from here, we're not blocking, so let's just attack. And now the race is on. Okay, so let's go ahead and flash you in. Drain and draw. Now, let's flash you in. I was going to flash in our Brazen Borrower, but that is a much better blocker. Do we want to kill this? I think we do. Oh, Menace. So we will take our one. Okay, that's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. I think we can go ahead and afford to take the 2 here. Kill that and let's get in. Chain and burning trees. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and flash you in now. Save us a point of life. We are drawing a lot of land, and that is unfortunate. But, okay, so it's nice when mono red starts to back off. They are at 2, so flashing in our Thought Thief before combat isn't going to do nothing. So let's just sit back and wait. Okay, now he is getting aggressive. Let's go ahead and flash in a Thought Thief. See what happens. Let's flash you in. See if we can get another blocker. Okay. So now from here we can, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go ahead and just block a burning tree. Take the rest. I suppose we could have double blocked right here. Saved us a point of damage, but if they don't have anything else, they are dead. So Goblin Chain Whirler. That is fine. And good game, sir. Go ahead and flash that in and swing in the air for the win. Very close game. So one of the things I do like about this deck is back in Standard, I was one of those guys that played blue-black rogues. So, and this plays very similar to it. I don't feel bad about it because, although yes, it was a very obnoxious deck to play against, I have been playing Mill since I started playing Magic. It's my favorite archetype. And speaking of which, oh, never mind. That's not the card I thought it was. So we're gonna get milled, but no, we're not. Okay, so against blue-white, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Slitherwisp now. For it does not get countered, and he's playing God Pharaoh's Gift. Thought Thief is not gonna be fun here. But if he tries to just cast it, we can get around it that way. Let's go ahead and keep milling him, because that's exactly what he wants. Now, we could have Heartless Act and got in with Slitherwisp, but I want to be able to counter the 4 mana sorcery that brings God's Pharaoh's Gift back into play. Search for Azcanta. Let's go ahead and just bounce it. I don't need him getting that flipped over. And we'll just go ahead and kill his champion. It's going to free the way for our Slitherwisp to get in. And that is the refurbish. That is the sorcery I was talking about. So now I'm okay with him looting. Because I am just going to go ahead and bounce it and then flash it in. Alright, good game, sir. So one of the things that I love about this deck is against control, if you can just get underneath of them and they don't really have a chance to even play the game, kind of like what just happened here against that last match. This here is a great hand, but I always am torn. Do I cast this before the Slitherwisp, or do I get greedy and cast the Slitherwisp so I get an extra card? And honestly, it depends on what matchup we're in. If we're going against some sort of green or a white deck, then I'm going to want this out first. Because this is a very good blocker. Okay, and it does look like we are on a deck similar to that. So let's go ahead and leave up our Cling to Dust. In case there's some sort of Phoenix or Croxa deck or whatever. Faithless Looting. Okay. So I wonder how they're going to be gaining their life in black-red. There's definitely ways to do it. Ooh, Madness. Very nice. Now we could have ambushed there, but I do want to get that Cutthroat down. And I am just going to go ahead and leave him back. Okay, and so that is how they plan on... How many do they got in there? 2. So they're going to get them both back. Okay. Now we could snag that land out of there. You know what? I'm going to let them attack. Let's go ahead and snag the land, shut off their thing. We'll flash in our Thought Thief and double block. Creeping Chill. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. They did not sack it to draw a card. That's interesting. Oh, you gotta pay to do that. Let's see if they want to counter my Brazen Borrower. They do. Okay. Now, Unholy Heat can kill the Cutthroat still. But they don't have it. Nice. So now, unfortunately, like I said, the Thought Thief is fuel in their deck, and that's not ideal. Okay. I'm at 3. That's scary. Glad Lightning Bolt's not in standard. And I will definitely take that. And I believe that is good game. I should have not attacked with the Thought Thief in case I just milled a Creeping Chill. That was a punt. I'm glad I got away with that. But good game. Okay, so coming into game 5. Ooh. Our mana is not lining up, but we are on the draw. I do like this hand. I'm going to go ahead and risk it and keep it. But we very well could get mana screwed. I should have led with Shipwreck, actually. He's not playing nothing. That's unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and discard our Draco Lich, because that can come back. So with him playing Grixis, usually Grixis is more sorcery speed based, which this deck will take full advantage of. But it is not looking like the case here. So, I think our Cutthroat's powerful, so I want to bait it out with this. If they have removal or counter spell. Okay, so we drew the Watery Grave. I'm going to go ahead and shock it. And then I'm going to pay this now while he does not have any type of counter magic that he could play. I mean, he could quench me, I guess. Get me good. But something I see a lot of people do is just because something can be played at instant speed doesn't necessarily mean it always has to be. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw a card here. Now there absolutely is merit to not drawing a card for our Lochner Serpent, but honestly, that's so far away, I'm not too worried about it. I do not want to bounce his Murderous Rider, so I will go ahead and kill it instead. Now, we could have ate it there, but hey, no big deal. By the looks of it, I'm not going to care about my life total too much, which is exactly why we have the Black Castle in this deck. Now, something else that's very nice about Ashiok's Erasure, it's not countering the spell. So if he is to go ahead and drop a 6-mana Chandra here, thinking that, okay, what's he going to do about it? Well, we can still counter it. Essentially counter it. But if they don't do anything here, I will just go ahead and flash in a Brazen Borrower. Because we do need to apply some pressure. Opponent here is sure taking his time. But, I mean, something could have came up. Like when I paused the video earlier and you missed the Watery Grave draw. Something came up, so we are all adults. Adult things happen. Like my phone going off during a live stream because I forgot to vibrate it. Okay, he is back. That's good. Ooh. I don't want to deal with Liliana, so we will just go ahead and eat that now. One of the downsides too about Brazen Borrower is you can't bounce your own things. So if I was to counter something with Ashiok's Erasure and then want to cast it later, again, I can't do it. So but we can go ahead and just say goodbye, Shark. And let's see how hard of a time Kiora Best the Sea God. That's not cool at all. What do you do? So I could have cast that. That way we could have cast our Serpent, but I want to get in the air. And this is non-land, right? Yes, okay. That is fine. It's going to hit me for 8. Oh. And see, this is... I love that card so much. Okay, let's go ahead and flash you in, flash you in. And I am going to go ahead and draw a card here. Let's get rid of that Shark Typhoon. And you know what? I do not want him stealing my stuff. So we're going to go ahead and bounce that. And hopefully he does not have an instant speed removal spell. Because I need... Oh. I did not expect that play for some reason. And he does, so good game. And then the Chandra trigger will kill me. That was close. Okay, and we're back for the wrap up. We went 3-2. Lost to a Grixis Control, which is normally a very good matchup for us. But I've never played against a Grixis Control deck quite like that. We beat Mono Red, which is very popular. The one deck that we did not get to play against that I was hoping to was Green White Life Gain. This deck counters that very well. Whether it's Heartless Act or Brazen Borrower or just straight countering the Heliod or whatever. Yeah, this deck just... It takes a while to win, eventually. But they usually scoop before that happens. I've been playing this deck now for a while. I started out with Shark Typhoons in here instead of the Draco Liches and I believe the Poisoners. It's good, don't get me wrong. But I wanted to build around Slither Wisp a little bit more. And it's really powerful when you can draw them. But that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, have fun.